job. Yeah, he is. He's not favorite in dark. Good job. Good boy. Okay, outside. Good boy, Tyson. Hurry. Good boy. Good job, Tyson. Good boy, Lisa. Hurry. Good boy. Good job, Tyson. Good boy. Good. Yes, good boy. All done. We're going to show you how Tyson does for his off-leash hikes. Ready, Tyson? Let's go. Good boy. So I'm going to start out with a high rate of reinforcement and reward him every time he checks in. And as he gets success, we're going to start to reward less and less. So you kind of want to find that happy medium between rewarding so much that he never leaves your side and not rewarding enough where he starts to not check in anymore. Good boy, Tyson. Yes, good job. And as we start to fade the food and reward less, I want you to remember that you can't stop acknowledging it altogether or you will lose the behavior. So I still want to give affection and praise and acknowledge those check-ins so that he knows I still want him to do it. So just like I tell you to ignore behaviors or walk away from behaviors that we don't like jumping on us or barking at us or demanding behaviors, if we start to ignore him when he checks in, he's not going to do it anymore. The idea there is dogs do what works to get them something, right? So if it doesn't get them anything, they're not going to do it anymore. Good boy, Tai. Good boy. That's a good boy. Okay, go play. Out here, I'm using a mixture of kibble and liver treats and some chopped up chicken hearts. The idea is you want your best value treat to trump everything in the environment. So if he's smelling something on the ground that smells really good and I ask him to leave it, he's going to know that I have something better than what's on the ground. So we're trying to build up this reinforcement history that he learns that everything good comes from me, and if he finds something cool on the ground, he's going to get something better if he comes to me instead. Tyson, come! Yes, good boy. Good job. Okay, and while we're building up this reinforcement history, what I do is I let them drag a long line so that if they make the choice not to come with me, I can back up what I've asked for with that long line. So out here, because we've practiced lots and I know he's listening really well to me, I'm not using it. But if I were to go somewhere new where there's new distractions and new sights and smells where I think he might make that wrong choice, I want to have a line on him to make sure he's not finding alternative reinforcement elsewhere. So what I mean by that is if I call him and he doesn't come and he learns that it's more fun to stick with what he's doing or chase something else and I can't back it up with the long line, he's going to find better reinforcement elsewhere. So I want to have that line on him, good boy, while he learns to check in and run to me for good stuff until it seems like he's always making that choice on his own, and then I can fade that long line. So I've hidden on Tyson. We're going to try a recall. Tyson, come! Good boy! Yes! Good job, Tyson! Good boy! Okay, go play! So one of the things that I want to make sure that you know is that recall isn't just about food, it's also about being really fun and playing fun games. So one of the games we love to play with these guys out here is hide and seek. What they learn is that it's really fun to come and find us, we get excited, they get a treat, and then we send them to go play. And it's really important to remember to send them to go play at the end of that recall so that they're learning that recall doesn't end the fun. One of the mistakes that people make is they call the dog to come, they put the leash on, and then they leave somewhere fun, and the dog figures that out, so they start to resist it because they don't want the fun to end. So what we want to do is when we're doing our recalls, give them a treat, get really excited, and then say go play at the end of it. So we're not using recall to end the fun. If it is a case where we need to leave somewhere, it's best to leash them, send them to go play with their leash on, let them play for another minute or two, and then just pick up the leash and go, so they're not associating recall with ending the fun. Similarly, you want to make sure that you're not using recall to do something that they don't like or something that they might be unsure about. So if you're using recall to put them in the bath, or using recall and then doing their nails, or using come to get them to go across the surface that they're unsure about, they're going to start to associate recall with something that's negative, and that's going to decrease how well your recall is going to work. So you want to make sure that recall always ends in something awesome. You always do it when you're going to do something fun so that they're excited to do it, and they're always expecting a really positive outcome when they do it. Good job.